As is tradition, it's time for the one Paragon only test, where we see how long a degree 1 versus degree 100 TACK Paragon will last. Now, before anybody mentions it, yes, Resort is probably the better map for it, but I want to obviously experiment first and see like how truly of a difference Resort versus Logs makes, because that's always a contention. At least you were talking about other towers. I know this one may be an exception. Now, technically, I already know what round this Paragon would die on, and that is around 42, if we're talking about easy mode, because that is the round where we wouldn't be able to leak all the camos, and this thing lacks complete cam protection. So I have to make an exception, otherwise, obviously, this would be the most boring test ever. We're just going to have to drop an extra reactor sub to simulate having cam protection on this thing, because I know this thing apparently can get permanent camo with a Ninja Paragon, but obviously, that would do damage. So to simulate it even better, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just drop 4 zeros with this power pull across the map. Just in case, you know, DTs happen to pop around this point, we want to guarantee that we get every possible damage done to it. Although, frankly, looking at this, it doesn't look like DTs are going to be an issue. Well, actually, I'm not sure what this will die to, but we shall see. Holy moly, Pierce Cap. We're going to talk about that later. I want to also use this video as a place to talk about the stats of the TACK Paragon, because I think that would be, or I think that's a very interesting thing about this TACK compared to other Paragons. They even made like a balance change because of it. But first, let's compare the round that the other Paragons got to. So here they all are on the screen. First number is degree 1, second is degree 100. As you can see, the lowest is 157 by the Dart Paragon. So considering this is the second cheapest Paragon, we should expect it to, you know, last around that time. Maybe tack on a couple more rounds. Yes, that was intended. So with these 3 bats coming in, it's a perfect time to bring up stats. Let's talk about the Paragon Nuke. The giant meteor rains down on the field. It does 50,000 damage at degree 1, apparently, with a 500 pierce limit. Yes, that's right. Looks like we didn't really need it there, though, because that third bat got taken out really quickly. And upon exploding, that explosion releases 32 fireballs that do 700 damage each, but they only have 2 pierce, and the moment it hits 2, it disappears. And it's able to re-hit the same target again after 0.5 seconds. By the way, all these stats here are from the, I guess, quote-unquote, new Bloons wiki. The links for that will be in the description in case you're curious about, like, stats and all that. I personally am. In fact, I use the wiki for a resource like every single time, because the game tells you absolutely nothing about how things work, like, specifically. So we have to resort to an outside source. It is what it is. And now that you see some Pierce capping coming in here with the tacks, here is the numbers, apparently. Overall, there are 2 different projectiles, as you see. The one on the bottom left is the Maelstrom. Let me slow down so you can see clearly the things that go around and around and around. And then upon expiring, they release tacks, of which the stats are in the bottom right. 6 of them. But take a look at the pierce from each single one. The blade only has 5, and the tack, 3. And, well, you can't buff them because we don't have a Village Paragon yet. So if you're talking about just degree 1, yes, you're very likely going to get Pierce Capped, as you can even see here, for 131. Would just use the ability to, I guess, help that a little bit. Speaking of this ability, as you can see, adds an additional Infernal Ring, I guess, attack around it, which apparently does 250 damage with a lot of pierce every single time it procs, which I assume is the same attack speed as the main attack itself. So pretty good at, you know, getting through the pierce issue, as you can see, when I use it for the tight Bloons this round. So yes, one of the very first Paragons where pierce is actually a big issue with it, which some people might find annoying, but honestly, I think it fits the build perfectly. It makes complete sense that a tack shooter should be getting pierce capped. That just means it should be compensated by having really high single target, right? Which we will see next round. First things first, send in the nuke. Yep, that was exactly 50,000 damage. We should use the ability also while it's out of range. But this F-Bat is still popping fairly quickly, I'd say. Ladies and gents, I think we might be cooked this round. Maybe I should have put the attack a little bit lower so, like, more of the attacks could hit the left lane. Already, we're gonna have to incorporate the micro. So there's 3 bats this round. Maybe what I should do is I should wait for 3 to be on screen like that. Because last time I only waited for the first one. And I still died. I encourage you to not be alarmed. This is not our final form yet, depending on the map. But I can't seem to beat this. What I might have to do is just use the nuke on the first 2 bats then, because I was missing the cooldown. 1.5 minute cooldown, by the way. Yep, see, it's gonna come up right here. Nuke now. Come on. Easy. And then the ability here for the Giant Pierce, and we should be able to clean up. Who would have thunk you would need TACK Micro in order to beat a round, eh? I still might not. Oh, nice clutch by the Infernal Ring ability. Love to see it. Only 1 bat this round, but that's still an issue. I can't beat the DDT. I cannot seem to beat it. I think that's because, you know, you see the Pierce capping over on the BFB's mobs, on the mobs here. Final try here, but I think this is going to do it if it doesn't work, yeah. I'm surprised. I guess ramping OP. And now, as I said, let me test our theory on Resort here. So, single target-wise, first off, I didn't take a look. 3,000 when it's right on top. Is that good? When we use the ability, it's up to 3.8, depending on the placement. So, small increase, mostly from the Inferno Ring, I would assume. We almost leaked the DDTs leaking there, so I don't know. While it does provide more single target, remember, the Pierce capping could be an insane issue, considering, like, where the TACK is the place where the balloons are pretty much all the friggin' time. Like, look, you can't even see the TACK. That's crazy. Excuse me? Our Paragon is invisible, essentially. I believe, though, I believe. Nuke for 152 here. DTs are good. Oh, but is there enough? I don't think there's enough Pierce to beat the ZMGs here, right? Even if I use this ability. Wow. Might I have also been a fool for believing that, like, Resort would be better for the TACK? Well, we gotta at least give it a few more shots and see, but I guess we just can't leak ZMGs, like, for the last bend, because there's no time to hit it. They have to pop. Seems they're doing a better job so far with hitting all of them. Hold. Okay. We're doing it. Ability for DTs. Good. BFPs we should be able to handle, right? Please. For the love of goodness. We leaked several lives at that. As long as the ability is active, we're good. It is no longer active here. We're dead. 89 lives. I don't like that. Okay, good news. We at least tied the round that we got to in logs, so it's not worse. This is just a guess, but a degree 100 will work better on Resort than on logs, due to the Pierce capping being less of an issue. I'm gonna talk about it once we get to degree 100, in terms of the changes they made to Paragons. But first off, come on. So far, yeah, this round's looking better than logs. Again, so long as we pop the ZMDs down enough, and also beat DTs, it's much closer this round, that's for sure. Okay, again, there we go, didn't die. And we've got damage ZMGs, okay. I think we'll be fine, because we'll have the 9-second ability for the ending part here, so wait to use it now. And the Pierce shouldn't be an issue, come on. I was wrong. Alright, here's what I'm thinking. So this giant nuke ability, I can only use once. How about we use it for when it's a bunch of Moabs, because if I use it when it's ZMGs, it just turns it into BFBs, because it doesn't soak through layers. Like, see, I used it now. This nukes out a huge amount of Pierce, and so the fireballs, you see. Remember I said they have 1 Pierce? Or 2 Pierce, 2 Pierce. That might work better, because then that Pierce can be used on, well, the bad. And look what I did. I did the thing. It's only mobs now. Which I almost died to, but there we have it. For a basic Paragon, the strategy sure goes really deep. So we're gonna try the same thing this round too. Wait for Moabs. Come on, not yet. Now. But I don't know if we're gonna have enough for 3 bats this round. I think we're cooked. It's never been more cooked. I think I'll just use the ability early this time and see. I'd say no chance though. How about the ability instantly? Probably performs worse if I had to guess. But if we can't beat DTs every time here, and you see those EMGs already leaking through, like, the last lane, I think it's safe to say 155 is the limit. Which, yes, that means this is officially the least lasting Paragon. Now, instead of going through the process to build up a degree 100, I have a mod to set it to a degree 100 for free, basically. So, yeah, thanks, Doom Bubbles. You can now see the degree 100 TACK. It's mighty glory now. Take a look and see how quickly it shreds 155 compared to D1. Should be a lot better, and if you notice the thing, yeah, the Pierce capping is much less of an issue, due to, of course, the fact that it has so much more Pierce. But how much Pierce exactly? Well, this is a good time to bring up the fact that they changed the Paragon formula 4 Pierce due to the attack Paragon change. Basically, Ninikuri says, the Paragon formula applying a flat 100 Pierce has been limiting our design in building low Pierce bounce attacks for Paragon upgrades. True. So they cannot embody the design of the attack shooter's 1 Pierce Meteor due to it, thus lowering the flat Pierce from 1 per degree to 0.1. So that means a degree 100, instead of getting 100 extra Pierce, only 10. Frankly, I thought the design issue was more of the fact that, like, the tax itself should have low Pierce rather than the Meteor, but I see what they are talking about. This is basically a nerf to all Paragons, but since all the other Paragons, I think, have pretty high Pierce, I don't think you're going to notice that nerf very much. So this is getting double the amount of Pierce as degree 1, plus 10. So if we're talking again for the main attacks of the attack, that had 5 and 3 Pierce respectively, well, that means the Maelstrom now has 10 plus 10, 20 Pierce, and the sub-projectile, the mini-attacks, have 6 plus 10, 16. So, hence, way less Pierce capping. As you can see, the shape of the degree 100 Paragon is still relatively intact. I promise I'm making these tack puns unintentionally, and that's why I personally think, and I'm saying, that the TACK Paragon degree 100 will perform better on Resort, much more than on Logs. Like, I'll probably do a quick run at the end to show, hopefully, if in theory, my theory is correct, that the degree 100 will outperform more than 1 round on Resort versus Logs. So far, so good. The nuke ability now does basically double damage, and if I want to take a look with Monkey Knowledge, does this ability have full uptime? It's something I want to know, and no, the answer is no, which makes sense. The cooldown is roughly halved when you get degree 100, but as you saw, 9-second lifespan, 20-second cooldown at degree 1. Half that still is not 100%, but pretty close to, so much so that there's no reason not to use the ability whenever, I guess. Now, to bring up the stats of the other Paragons again, it looks like we're gonna have to make it to 200 for this thing to not be embarrassing. Barring any shenanigans, I think we should have a good chance of getting to 100. Also, single target looks to be about 15,000, I saw. Oh my god, we almost leaked DDT insides. Good to know about our limit testing here. Can it beat ZMGs in this little track? No. Oof. So that means we still have the same issue as we did with degree 1. We can't beat ZMGs in the last one. Obviously, scaling is a different factor. Changing timing should make this round much easier. We got this, though. So nuke here for a free, crazy amount of damage. Man, if you already saw the initial Paragon showcases, you should know that the meteor attack that comes after, the mini fireballs that come after the main attack, like, they add up to an insane amount. What's 32 times 700? That's 22.4 times 2, which is almost 50,000. So it's essentially almost the same amount of damage as the main nuke attack itself, assuming it all hits on the same target. Also, hang on, if I'm thinking correctly, does the Pierce of the Fireballs also increase? Because that's 2. Does that mean it has 12 if I use this ability? I'm gonna use it right now to see the mini Fireballs. I couldn't really tell there. It didn't feel like they had more than 2 Pierce there. Otherwise, they last for a little bit longer. Watch again. Boom. Boom. And they're gone. Yep. Alright, another 3 BADs this row. Oh my god, there's 4. Good thing I waited to use the nuke then. Or held it to the last minute, like here. It's kind of a bad idea to, like, I feel like use the giant nuke when there's other balloons on screen. Because then the meteors, they don't hit the bad, so it takes a bit longer to kill them. Although it still might be fine in this case. Yep, down to the last ZMG again. And we're clear. Okay, 200 is looking doable. Alright, Crucible, don't disappoint me like the other Paragons. You can beat 200, not get to. I want to see you beat it, because you are a single target after all. We did lose 40 lives, 198. I hope that's fine. We should also try to time this round so that I have the ability, both abilities up for 200 incoming. So if I use one early like now, that should be all the bads coming in this round, hopefully. Nope, a third one has entered the chat. That is not good. Can I beat it manually? I can't even beat the DTs. Insides, yikes. Don't get Pierce Guy, there we go. Survive 1, survive 2. Sweet. Okay, so what I should do is nuke immediately, yeah? Yeah, why not? Just hope enough of it comes back up, okay? Enough of it, so... we actually still might have ZMGs leaking, what the heck? Also, this still works out for me because I have the nuke ability up even after using 2 of them, so we're good. Just survive that, and nice. We did the thing. I'm not gonna waste time, use it immediately. So you see 100k initial, And then it goes up, way more, yeah, another 200k. Holy moly. I'm assuming we should get the second nuke for the second one, assuming, we're not able to pop the first one, or we are able to pop the first one. It's looking sketchy. How is the angle for nuke 2? Okay, that's good. I think it's gonna splash both of them. Now? Nice. Oh my god, still not dead, though. That's the thing. Oh man, what a shame. Even with all that prep, we're not gonna beat 200, it looks like. I think the only way this round would have been doable is if we have a Heli Paragon eventually, where we can either Chinook or Dorgon with this TACK Paragon, because that's what we need right now. I'm gonna do last starting for no reason other than experimenting. DDT is, okay, we sniped it this time, but we're not beating the ZMGs. No chance. Yeah, you can't say we didn't try. Unfortunately, 200, like, F-Bats are just way too tanky for 200, simple 200k Paragon handle. And as I said earlier, I wanted to just test logs real quick to see just how much worse 300 would be. But we are going to leak, this, or no. No, this time we have like 2 whole bends. Yeah, holy crap. It might be worse on logs, but it's so much more satisfying with the full map range there. All right, last try on 199 here. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And it doesn't. So prove it's at least 1 round worse than Resorts. And out of curiosity, how much further away is it on 200? Can we at least pop one of them? We died to DT, so I guess that answers it. And with that, my testing is now complete. If there are any other things about the TACK Paragon that somehow I may not have mentioned, then let me know. But I think we've covered a lot of what it has to offer and what its power level is. Straight up answer, you get what you pay for.